afternoon. All right. Hello, good afternoon. Well, it's afternoon for me. Good day wherever you are. All right, so today is going to be my last set in the Ornaments series. As you can see, I've actually got 3 here today. Looks a little bit crazy. I don't think I've done 3 at a time before, but that's fine. I've got everything all taped up here, so I'm looking a little crazy. But I've got everything set up except for my paint. I will go ahead and go through and make sure that everyone kind of sees how I set these up. If you would like to see that. I know several people have asked how I use my medium. Okay, so today for colors, again, we're going to stray from traditional Christmas colors. And now that we're moving closer to New Year's, it seemed more appropriate today too. We are going to go with some browns, and I'll show you what I've picked. All right. Okay, so to start with, I've got this nice, it's a nutmeg brown. I've got a couple old apple barrel colors here. This one is a little bit thinner, but I'm gonna use it. This is a color that I like and I just don't have yet in the Americana. Then I've got this one, which is the nice honey brown. Okay, so I got those 2 to start. Then I decided we're gonna go with buttermilk. All right, so we've got this beautiful coffee. And then, hopefully you guys like this. Haha, blue. All right, now this one is desert turquoise, actually. So there we have it. This is gonna be our palette for today. All right. So let me get this started. I used my glass medium. I don't really need to shake it, but it's probably just more habit than anything else at this point. Got a little bit of it stuck around the edges. Let me get that off. Okay. All right. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to add a good little dollop in the bottom. It's kind of like 2 drops, I guess. If I just let a drop go, then yeah, I'd say that's just about 2 drops. If you use a little bit more, that's perfectly fine. I would use a little bit more than a little bit less if you're not 100% sure what you want. Like I said, I'm going to give this one a good shake. This is the nutmeg, and you can probably hear. Now, in my apple barrel paints, because they're not the same quality as the Decor, and especially this one, for whatever reason, I have like 2 or 3 paints from apple barrel that are really, really thin. This is one of them. So inside of this, as you can hear when I shake it, I have 2 ball bearings. Essentially, they're just, what do they advertise them as? Nail polish agitators. They're just 1/4 inch. So I put those in there, and that makes a big difference when it comes to shaking them. I don't really need them for the Americanas. I've used them in there. There's nothing wrong with it, especially if you don't paint very often. You want to keep the paint nicely mixed. Okay. And then let's get the buttermilk in here. This one's a little thinner than the other ones too, but nothing detrimental. Okay, and then lastly, this desert turquoise. And today I'm going to stick with a more traditional mandala, as opposed to some of the other ones I've done for the Christmas series, or for the holiday series, I should say. I didn't really name it Christmas. Okay. So just give this a good stir. Unlike some of the other mediums, it tends not to cause too many bubbles or issues, problems in that regard. Does not matter one single bit what you use to stir it with. Okay. Just make sure that I get all the edges. It doesn't change the consistency much of the paint. It is not a thinner. And as you can see here, it does not change the color of the paint. It doesn't dull it at all. So you kind of have to be a little more careful when stirring it, because sometimes it's hard to tell if it's stirred enough, if it's mixed enough. Okay. And you can add that either in the top or the bottom. I guess probably adding it on top of your paint in your palette might be a little easier just to determine if it's completely mixed, but whatever. Okay, good to go. All right, I've got my handy towel off to the side of me here, and where do we want to start? Let's just jump right into the middle. I think I'll start out with the bright turquoise. Now, unfortunately, I am going to have to twirl this around a bit. Okay, I do have all of this tape down, and that's why there's tape. That's why there's all this tape, because I have it taped down so I could move it if necessary. I apologize. I know that there are going to be moments potentially where things are going to be out of your view, and if it gets too bad, just yell at me. I'll do my best to make sure that doesn't happen, but it's kind of inevitable. All right, so I'm going to start up here. Well, you know what? I kind of like where the center is. Let's just do that. Today, like most days, I don't have an exact pattern in mind. I have kind of an idea of what I want to do, but I don't have a pattern. Like I said, I did want to kind of stick to a more traditional mandala shape. So we'll do that. That was a 6. Hey, Laura. Let me go ahead and... Where do we want to start? You know what? Let's go light to dark. Let's just follow the palette around. Now I am doing 3 of these in tandem. They are my last 3 ornaments. So I did have an even number of them, if you're wondering. But there was one design, one pattern that I did not like. And so I only did 1. Everything else that I've done up to this point has been in a set. This will be my only triplicate. Was a little small. Went back and double dotted that one. Like I said, I know that some of this is just, it's going to happen that some of it's going to be out of view, but I'll try to move my little lazy Susan here around if I remember often enough. And then I'm going to move up to a 2. We're just going to jump right up next side and hop into this brown. This is a honey brown. All right, now I've not used this particular color combination before, but it's something that I've wanted to do for a long time. And when I was thinking about what colors I wanted to use today, I knew that I wanted to kind of stray from the Christmas colors. And this just jumped right out at me. Okay. I need to move things around a little bit here. That one wasn't spaced super great, so I'm gonna get these other ones in and then we'll do the last one. Let's see if I can actually get 2 in here. Okay. And then I'm gonna do a 3rd row. Now for the 3rd row, I'm gonna do a 3, then we're gonna start moving on to the other elements. And this is that dark nutmeg here. Gonna give that another stir. Now, of course, any color combination will work with this, whatever you decide you want to use. Oops. All right. Gonna fix some of those because they didn't sit very well. All right, let's move over here. Don't mind my dog. He came in to say hello, but instead of just plopping down, he really just had to say hello. Like, Mom, you know you're not paying any attention to me? Yeah. Our four-legged companions. Okay, there's 2 down. Not excited about the consistency of this brown, but we're gonna make it work. Okay, maybe that's just one that I'll put in there the least. All right, so now that we've got our basic, we've got the middle now. Now let's go, I think we're gonna go and stretch out with a few petals, and we'll do some walked dots. So what I want to do with that, let's go into maybe like a 1.5. Well, how much room am I gonna have here? What I want to do is I want to bring a petal here and here and here for sure. And I might get a half of one here. Okay. So I'm going to take a 1.5 and I'm going to put a landing dot on each of these. Now, even though I'm probably not going to be doing anything up here, I'm going to go ahead and put a dot there anyways. Okay. Now, by a landing dot, what I'm talking about, when you do walk dots around another one, if you want them to come all the way around and all the way down at the bottom of the dot that you're surrounding, if you just lay the larger dot on top of these, for example, you're going to get a more flat bottom, as to where if you lift it up with what I call this landing dot, then you're going to get a more rounded, full petal shape. Now that was a 1.5. Let's go up, I'm thinking, to a 4. last one. Okay. Well, that was a 4. I think I'm gonna go back into 2. And then we're gonna start getting some walks in here. Here. This one ended up moving a little bit that way, but that's okay. These are handmade items and they don't need to be perfect. You probably won't even notice once everything is all said and done. Okay, so that's a 2. Let's move down back to the 1.5. I'll get my walks in. All right, let me turn this a little. You know what? I think I want that smaller. I think I'm changing my mind. When we change our mind, Q-tips. There's no easy way to do just the walked dots on that one, so I'm going to take that off as well. Okay. One thing I learned is don't be stingy with the Q-tips, because if you try to use them over again, you know, if there's any little paint on there, then you're just going to screw it up. So you're just going to smear stuff everywhere. Not worth that. Okay, I'll redo that one. There we go. Okay. And let's go back into the 4. Okay. We'll add that back in there. All right, now because that one's a little wetter, I'm gonna leave it be. And I'm gonna go down to a 1, because that was a 1.5 and I didn't like that one. So I'm gonna go to a 1. Okay. There we go, that's better. And I'm just starting with the middle one. You can start wherever you want, but it's purely based on what ends up being comfortable, where my hand position is at that moment. That like ran, didn't it? It sure did. There must have still been a little bit of water. Okay. Come on up here, buddy. Let's get you dried off then. And this is just the dried Q-tip. Just making sure that there's nothing on that. There we go. Now we can truly go back in and fix that. See what happens when we rush? And then a 2 on top. Now we're right back where we need to be. There, like it never existed. It's one of the reasons I like acrylic and glass so much. They're just so smooth and so easy to deal with. I'm gonna flip this upside down. I know things in my house are finally settling down now, or they feel like it. I feel like this entire month, everybody is just completely wound up. But we're not alone in that. So hopefully everyone else is getting settled too. Hopefully today feels a little better. All right, so that was a 2. Let's go to, yeah, let's go up to a 3. I learned whatever you do, just do it symmetrically or as much as possible. So that's what I'm going to try to do. All right, we're going to stay in that. I'm just going to go down to a 2. As you notice, I'm going to skip this one for just a moment. Okay. Because I am going to go down a size, or maybe even a half a size, so that the sizes come out properly there. I like that color combination so far, and I think it'll look even better once we finish and have some sparkle in it. Just not so two-dimensional. Pull this towards me just a little. Okay. With these ones today, I was thinking, I have not thus far painted the back side of the others, but maybe with this one I will. Now I think we need some swooshes in here. What do I think here? Like I said, kind of more quote-unquote traditional. We can make it stand out quite a bit. Four and a half, maybe if, ooh, we can, yeah, let's do 4.5. I do want a little room. For these larger ones, I'm going to use 2 tools. Let's go into the teal. Or, well, no, it's not teal. Desert turquoise. So for this, I'm going to make sure that it's nice and heavy. I'm going to put the dot where it would kind of sit at this line right above. Tool from the top, drawn all the way down. And then from the midsection to the point. Okay, so it kind of looks like that. And then just pull the paint from middle down. Just like coloring it in. Can get one that's going to hang right off the side here. And I'm just going to try to cruise through these ones here. Oops. I hadn't really been paying attention to the grid lines when I was doing the walked dots, but yeah, this particular grid that I made was a little bit different than these because of a different project. Yeah, now I realize that, oh hey, actually had them on this one. The right spacing on that one. And let that one just fall right off the edge. Now let's get some smaller ones in here. Okay, so that was a 4, 5. What have I got for room? If I do a 3, this is also a 4. This is only a 2. That's the only problem with those ones. We could do either one of two ways. I could either put it here right next to, and I'll actually do it this way. We could put it right here and then have a little space left, or I can just follow this curve and have it a little wider spaced. Maybe the wider space might look a little better. So I can do that. So what I'll do in that case, I'll start here. So I'm going to basically put the dot right in the crook here between the top and the first one. And then I'll take it and pull it around and down. And then this one just straight. Okay. So there's that little gap between the two. Little gap between the two swooshes. Alright, now this will take me a minute to do. But hello to everyone that stopped by today. Certainly appreciate it. If you've got any questions, give me a yell. If you're following along, I did open a Discord server recently, as well as my Facebook page. If you're following along, I'd like to see what you guys do with this. So feel free to drop in there and post your picture, post your version. If you're not sure what Discord is, or if you don't know how to get in there, I recently also posted a video on how to do that just a couple of days ago. It's going to be a little closer, but now I don't want to ignore my dark brown completely, although I definitely did skip it for this big section here. So after these are done, I've got to think a moment as to how I want to utilize that color. And now the top ones. See if I can kind of move these along. As calming as it is, I don't know that anybody just wants to watch swooshes all day. Almost done. Almost. Okay, now for this one. I should have enough room probably here. There we go. Okay, as I'm looking at this, before I get to my next step, what I think I want to do, I have enough room up here. Ooh, look at separating a bit. Okay, so let me get you mixed in. I'm gonna go back over here to my 4. I have enough room for those, and that might help finish off the top of the design better, instead of leaving it completely empty. And that one I don't have room for, unfortunately. That one just scooted too far off, but that's okay. All right, so now I have the brown to deal with and a little bit of a room left. What I could do, I could probably stay right in that 4. Oops. Okay. Yep. Yep, I like that. And then we have room. So why don't we make, we could do a diamond up here maybe. Let's go down to 3. Gonna give this another stir. Yeah, one of these days I'm gonna complete my move from apple barrel to completely Decor. Some of this stuff is kind of old, a little unreliable, but you know, it's one of those things like, oh man, I don't want to throw it away. Still good. Most of my old paints that I started out with, like the beginner stuff, like, you know, before I even knew that I liked doing this, that's one of the reasons I even have apple barrel paints to begin with, is because I didn't want to spend a ton of money on a project or a hobby that I didn't know if I was going to like. So at the time, hey, you know, Walmart sells this paint brand and it's like $1.50 a bottle, so let's go for that. Let's try that. And that's what I did. And really, really, really hit or miss. And they do seem a lot more temperature sensitive. Ooh. Let's go back to a 4. Okay. Now, as very last, I think I'll do that with a different color though. Okay, so now to finish this off, I want to get some top dots on here. I want to make it sparkle at least a little. I want to take a look at the golds that I've got here. I love my champagne gold, but the other might be a little more befitting. Let me see. I also have, I don't think coppers. I still like the champagne gold. Just because I use champagne all the time though, and I know it's not going to ruin it, let's go with the other one. What is this? Glorious gold. Yeah, because I have no copper's way too much. Okay. All right, so same thing. I'm gonna add a tiny bit of the glass medium because I don't want anything chipping off. Get that mixed up. All right. Now what I'll do, let's highlight this dark brown, and I think this was 3, so I'm gonna go to a 2. All right, so let's dig in here. Oops. Yeah. And I'm gonna hit the bottom of each of these with one size smaller, full size smaller. Okay, so that's step 1. This is going to give the other stuff time to dry as well, but I can tell just because it's not shiny that it's dried enough that I can top dot. I'll add a little complementary dot here at the top. And then the last place that I really want to do it is just on the brown on the bottom. It's not going to be a ton. So just hope that dries nice and quick. What if that might actually be okay too if I do these ones. I don't want to do the swooshes though today. I think I normally would, but I don't, just not feeling that today. This is all with the number 2 tool. Okay. I think I want to put that here as well, but it's not quite dry yet. All right, so now I can make a decision as well. These are still not dry and I don't really necessarily want to mess with it too much. I could put a row around these. But do I want to? I want to keep the pattern as complete as possible, but at the same time, I do sort of want to leave that edge. I don't know, but I do see another spot that I want to touch up. Initially, I only wanted these every other, but I think we have plenty of room to bring that in. Okay. Yep, I like that better. Okay. Yeah, get it filled out just a little bit. There. There. Do I have enough room to do one here? I do. I do. I hesitated just a little bit on that one, but no, I have enough here. Okay. Yeah, then I don't even need to do the circles around the top. Yeah, I think that'll be plenty. That will work. Now, the only thing that I'm waiting on is these brown to dry so that I can put some gold on them. Do we want a gold in the center? What if I put one? What if we do 4.5? And I am always up for suggestions. If someone sees something that I'm doing is like, hey, you should do this or don't do that, I am all for it. Just let me know. Okay. It's coming together. All right, it's gonna take forever and a day for that to dry, isn't it? Let's check on this here. It really is. What else can I do in the meantime here? I could drop in some little micros here. Instead of waiting to do one on top, let's just do a couple on the side. Yeah, and those ones kind of blended together too. Irks me. Okay, whatever fits. I'm gonna fill it up. Can we do maybe a half a pretend one here? There. Okay. All right, so I'm not going to make you wait until that part dries. I'll do that after the fact. So let's work on getting this off. Okay. First thing first, let's get it off of Lazy Susan. There we go. You can see what they actually look like. Here we go. There we go. Not so bad. Not as excited as I thought I would be. I do like the color combination, but I don't know. Maybe I feel like it's a little bit dark. I think maybe if I were to do this again, instead of the nutmeg brown, maybe I would go... See, and again, this is that old stuff, so I gotta find an equivalent Decor. But maybe bring it somewhere towards the middle. So, but I am sure that there are people that are gonna love this and love the color of it, no matter. All right, I'm just gonna give it, like I said, just another minute, because I do want to top dot it, but I don't want to rush it. And if anybody has any questions or is just sitting hanging out and want to say hello for a minute, I'll be here another minute. Let's see. That's sort of where it would be. Reminds me of a sweater. Coffee and a sweater. I think some of these on this side I can probably get away with it. Okay. Almost. Come on, dry. I want to have a piece of fuzz. Ooh. Whoops, my dog is dreaming. And he's way across on the other side of the room. I can't nudge him awake. There. Somehow I ended up with a piece of fuzz or fur on it. It's okay. Yeah, buddy. Hey. There it goes. Must be dreaming about chasing squirrels, huh? I wonder what else dogs dream about. No, that's too wet. Too wet, too wet. All right, now for these. These ones are dry enough though. It's just the last ones that were placed. Still have a little shiny top on them. I can get away with the last one. Oh, that wasn't the last one. What am I saying? There's two over here. Okay. Now this one doesn't actually have anything there, but I'm wondering. I should just try to put a little half kind of brown dot just to fill the space. Okay. This one I'm not going to be able to do anything with. That one's far too wet still, but for the rest, I think we get the idea, right? I think we sort of know. Yeah, I really would normally put something here or do something else, and I don't really want to screw anything up with it. I'm always just looking for finishing touches that I could put in, and you know, it's sort of one of those, well, do I want to do it or not? I'm looking at some of my other tools here to see if I still have something like a 1.5 headed tool, something like that. That's the only drawback with the Happy Dotting Company ones. Yeah. I still have a 1.5, but it's like a little bit too. This is a 2.1. It's not quite. Oh, look, I missed. Look, I missed one. Is there any others? Did I miss anything? No. Okay. All right. Whoops. Whoops. Don't be afraid to yell at me, people, if you're like, hey, dude. last one. Okay. All right. Okay. But honestly, no, I think I'm just going to leave it at that. I don't necessarily have any other size that I think is going to fit in there really well. And I think just for the sake of consistency, it would probably have to be either the gold color or the dark brown. And I am not happy with the dark brown. The dark brown, it's just probably going to be tossed after this, in all honesty. So, all right, I'm going to leave this here. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. And hopefully I will see you guys around again soon. I don't really know if, yeah, it's gonna have to be later this week. I do have this entire week off. I don't return to my 9 to 5 until the 2nd. So I do still have a couple of days vacation. So I'll be back again soon. So if there's anything that you want to see, I do have some bookmarks that are coming up. I do have some other stuff that I'll go live with. I have several canvases, even a really fun unicorn one that I need to get done for my daughter. So come join me later. All right. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. Again, I really do appreciate it. Last thing I'll mention, yeah, I know. Again, if you're following along, either drop by my Facebook page, Sylvan Mist Designs, and show me a picture of what you did. Otherwise, I am on Discord. If you're not sure what Discord is or how to get there, I've just posted a video on the channel just a couple of days ago about how to get there and what to do when you're there. Or lastly, if you want to support me as an artist, what you're doing, if you did see anything, not only here today, but in any of my series and any of my how-tos, anything that you've ever come across on my channel, if it's something that you like and would be willing to purchase, or just would like to get for a friend, coffee. I do have all of my stuff up on Coffee, not only for donations, but for actual purchase. And I'm going to be running commissions soon too. So if there's something that you like a bookmark, but you don't like the colors, you want me to do something like that, I'm up for it. All right. All of those links are attached below in the description. All right. Take care, guys. Have a fantastic day. Happy New Year's if I don't get to see you before then. Take care.